Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is May 31st, 2024. Happy birthday to me. And this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only because, as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over here to these charts and see what we see. And let me maximize this chart and do this. On the quarterly chart, as we can see, we actually had went up this month. This is the end of the month right now. We had went up here to this R1 yearly pivot and bounced back down. We have turned green. We are back on the green side, and we're getting a doji at the top, but it's a green doji at the top. We're going to have to see next month and see what happens, see if we can actually bust this R1 level on these yearly pivots, or are we going to form a red candle and roll over? That's what I see here on the big picture. So just be mindful of that. But we are still looking very bullish. Let's go ahead and go down to a monthly chart and see what we see there. On this monthly chart, as I was just saying, I'm going to zoom in here again. We are still above the 10 moving average. We have closed this month above pivot, just like we started out above pivot last month, but we ended up closing below month. I'm saying by the end of the quarter, I expect us to be above pivot and we're back above pivot at this time. The thing is now, since we did make a new high this month, but came off of that high, but at this time we can see on the monthly picture, we are forming a bullish engulfing at this time. So that gives me the outlook that this market can be actually going higher, looking at this higher time frame. And there's no reason for me at this time to get out of any of my positions. I'm still kind of holding on. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart and see where we are there. On the weekly chart, this is the thing. This week, it kind of gave us, a look that this market may be turning around. We do at this time have a bearish looking pattern here on the NASDAQ on the weekly chart, but we did come down to, we was way above pivot and actually got above an R1 and almost to an R2 on these monthly pivots and we just came back off of that R2 and we have formed this bearish looking pattern at a top but this is the end of the month. We need to see now next month we will be starting off again above pivot. The question is, will we actually end up dipping below pivot with this bearish pattern at the top and end up rolling over on the NASDAQ? I can see the market bounced exactly where you would expect to bounce at, near this consolidation area. It has to break through all that area and maybe come down to an R1 before I would even start to think that this market is beginning to roll over. I just don't see it. But we will see next month if this thing going to actually break this low or break this high and start making all-time highs again, looking at this weekly chart here. So let's go ahead and look at this daily picture. And on this daily picture, this is what I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit where you can see maybe a little bit right here. Right here, we had a bullish looking pattern. At the beginning of the week, the market could not break this previous high that we had made here, this all-time high, and that's why people were beginning to think, is this market rolling over? And it did start making lower highs and lower lows on this daily picture. It actually came down to a weekly support 3 level, but it pushed back up pretty good here the end of the day. We will look like we probably will be opening maybe close to below pivot, so we got to be mindful of that. But we got to wait and see if this market actually end up some kind of event, end up having us actually opening above pivot. We're going to be really close here come next week to see where this market is going to be at. Is this a real strong, this looks real strong bullish, like here, sentiment in the market The thing is, will we gap up a little bit and open above pivot and end up running higher? Or will this market end up gapping down and running down here lower to the support one level here on the NASDAQ, and that's what I see. One other thing I want to show here, I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to put a daily chart on here. I just want to do this to show you something else. Does it show up here? It's not that great here. I'm going to zoom in. But this market almost came down. This is the 50 moving average on a daily chart, 50 and a 200. I was kind of thinking that it might have came down here to this 50 and bounce, but it didn't. It didn't even make it this far down. It just came down here to this. This is actually a resistance one level that it came down to and actually pushed back up. But just trying to show you some of the things that we'll be looking at and expectations of where this market can probably go, and it didn't quite make it this low. It only made it to here, and that's all I really want to share at this time. Again, this is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.